Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to join this observance of the International Day of Family Remittances. I thank the organizers, IFAD, and the permanent missions of the Philippines and Guatemala to the United Nations for convening this important event. Remittances are critical lifeline for many vulnerable people around the world. Over 200 million migrant workers today send money home to their over 800 million family members. These men and women are leaving home in search of prosperity and are doing a noble service to their families and communities by continuing to contribute despite the distance between them. This makes a significant difference in their family's life and the economy of their home countries. In some cases, remittances comprise up to 30% of GDP. This money is directly invested into food, shelter, education, and healthcare. We must be honest and acknowledge that remittances are essential as we work towards meeting the targets of the 2030 Agenda. Indeed, if we are to better understand this source of external financing for low and middle income countries, there is a need for a better data collection on remittances. This includes data on the impact of external shocks to the flow of remittances. The impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on remittance flows was striking with variations across regions. Globally, low and middle income countries received 540 billion in 2020. That's a decrease of 1.6% in the previous year. Initially, we had feared that the pandemic and related mitigation measures would have a greater impact on remittances. However, key measures reduced the impact on international migrant workers. Fiscal stimulus packages in host countries and the digitalization of money flows provided an important buffer. Migrant workers are overrepresented in sectors which were designated essential work, including agriculture, construction, and cleaning services. Many migrant workers in the healthcare sector risked their lives during the COVID-19 pandemic to keep their host communities safe. Not only did they keep their host economy running, their income provided a key safety net for their families who were also dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic back home. They are true heroes. I also commend the call to action, Remittances in Crisis, How to Keep Them Flowing. This initiative has raised the level of awareness regarding the importance of remittances for low and middle income countries. The call for a reduction of transfer costs and greater financial inclusion through remittances with contribution to the advancement of the Global Compact for Migration and the 2030 Agenda. This is a strong example of collective action from policymakers, regulators, and remittance service providers to benefit migrants, their families, and local communities. Ladies and gentlemen, it is imperative that we support countries in special situations. This has been a key priority of mine throughout the 75th session of the United Nations General Assembly. I have established a board of advisors on LDCs, LLDCs, and SIDS with whom I interact regularly. I hope that you will join tomorrow's high-level meeting on middle-income countries. This will take place in the General Assembly Hall and will be streamed live on UN Web TV. This important meeting has been organized in a sequential manner with the joint thematic event on LDCs in order to galvanize this momentum and harness the support of all member states and partners to advance our shared goals. Dear colleagues, if we have learned one thing from the past year, it is that when we come together, we can overcome the most difficult, complex challenges. The COVID-19 pandemic has been the greatest test for the international community in the 75-year history of the United Nations. As we seek to build a more sustainable and resilient path forward, now is the time to recommit to multilateralism, global citizenship, and solidarity. Once again, I thank you for organizing this important event, and I wish you all the best in your endeavors. Thank you.